Hello and welcome back to VRML Channel 2. I'm SputnikKobra and this is going to be InVerted versus GenZ. And this is going to be the last matchup on VRML Channel 2. And with that being said, I'm going to give the ready up. And these teams are going to be underway. Hope everyone's having a good night. Hope everyone's excited to see this matchup. It's definitely getting hot in my room. Two games back to back. Too much heat. I know we had a great match. Last match, it was I can't even remember. It was Anarchy versus BRTK. That was a great match. It came down to 1 point. With that being said, we're gonna get into this game. And with this neutral joust about to begin, this will be InVerted versus GenZ. Neutral joust will be won by InVerted, knocking it down towards the bubble of GenZ. Picking it up will be JT Graham. Actually, I think I have these teams mixed up just a little bit. It would be GenZ that won that. Now with possession is Faster losing it to Isolate, but picking it right back up. Now going for that clear along the wall, will bounce up into upper trap. And will be picked up and sent for maybe a bounce pass attempt to that back stack. Coming through though will be Isolate. Isolate trying to find that clear through mid. Isolate of InVerted. But Fast Store at the back line for GenZ. So Prometheus now with possession. Looking for this forward pass. Along the wall, we'll find it to JT Graham. JT Graham getting stunned out by Moj. Moj now with possession. Sending it forward for that clear. It's going to bounce off the Geo at the bottom. Will be Blondie. Blondie making that drive. Nice save by Fastor. But picking it right back up will be Isolate coming from behind. Sending that right past him. So first 2 points of this first round of this series will go to Isolate, able to stun out the goalie of GenZ. So GenZ now with joust advantage. Prometheus InVerted will take possession, taking his time, not under pressure just yet, moving up along the Geo, trying to find an angle. That stack will find its other partner at mid. Blondie and Swagger Nuts finally challenging JT Graham back to Prometheus up along the ceiling, back to JT Graham, and a nice play. So from the tube up to the ceiling to Klex. Now Klex down to JT Graham on that cut. It's tied up, 2 minutes off the clock. So the last match went to 3 rounds. I'm hoping this match goes to 3 rounds. I'm feeling it right now. It's already tied up. Isolate with that quick pass to Swagger Nuts. Swagger Nuts trying to find his teammate at the floor. Able to get a hand on it, slapping it forward now. Losing it though will be his teammate. Blondie slapping it down to the floor. It's going to bounce off the Geo into the hands of Klex. Klex sending it to that goalie. The goalie coming out. Fastor now down to trench to JT Graham. JT Graham looking for an angle. It's going to bounce off the Geo, pick it right back up on that self pass. JT Graham along the floor. Maybe a shot attempt at the ceiling. It's going to be missed by his teammate. It's going to be picked up behind by Klex. Klex off the backboard, but will be shut down by Isolate. JT Graham now with the drive towards the goal. He's going to dunk that one right in from above. So great save from Isolate, but JT Graham will pick it right back up. That's now 2 points to GenZ. 2 points in the lead. So now with joust advantage will be InVerted. So this is the first round. This is back and forth. 41 seconds on that goal time. Isolate to QB. Isolate sending it right to Moj. Moj looking for a pass along the floor. It's going to bounce off that edge of the Geo. Klex now at the ceiling. He's going to lose it to Moj. Moj now down to Swagger. Swagger trying to make this drive. A little bit of a juke, but a nice save by the goalie of GenZ. I didn't catch his name, but fantastic save. Getting it through the tube. Now an opportunity for GenZ, but that stun as that player flies past him. Isolate now at the floor with it. Trying to find that clear through tube, and that GenZ stack will be quick to retreat. Finding possession will be Fastor sitting along the ceiling. GenZ stack is there, and JT Graham will find an open goal for 3. So now with a little bit of a buffer, a 5-point lead is GenZ over InVerted. 5 minutes, 50 seconds on the clock. Joust advantage now to InVerted. InVerted trying to find a rhythm. Isolate not under pressure just yet. That player will come through, causing a turnover. Prometheus now with possession, setting it into the bubble. Maybe that angle might find its way into goal, but it will be wide behind the goal. GenZ quick to recover it. Getting into defense will be InVerted. Setting to that backline player Fastor now not under pressure. Eyeing these opportunities, sending it left, collects back to that backline player Fastor up to the ceiling with a nice bounce pass to JT Graham. JT Graham now has an opportunity for that cut, but it's gonna be above Klex. InVerted now with possession. Blondie looking for an opportunity, sending it through mid. It's gonna bounce off that Geo down into that bubble, but GenZ too quick will find it in their own bubble. JT Graham now trying to find that clear. It's gonna bounce off the Geo now into the hands of InVerted. Moj trying to find that pass off the pebble. It's going to bounce off the Geo. JT Graham's going to lose it now. Moj with that shot. That one's going to be off. That was a good opportunity for InVerted. InVerted will pick it up along the wall. Swagger Nuts looking for this pass behind the goal. That one's going to be slightly out of reach. So will now be along the wall. Will be picked up by JT Graham. JT Graham not able to find that clear through tube. So InVerted gets another hand on it. Isolate with it. Sending it into the bubble. Up to Swagger Nuts. Swagger Nuts making the drive and making the 2. So some good stops from GenZ, but not able to get it out of the bubble. InVerted will be quick to retrieve it. It's not only a 3-point lead to GenZ, 4 minutes on the clock. Easily could go to 3 rounds. This first round has been low scoring, back and forth. 4 minutes on the clock. Joust advantage now to GenZ. Fastor to QB, sending it right to Prometheus. Back to Fastor. Fastor now down to the floor. Klex looking at this one-on-one and taking it. Isolate looking like he got a hand on it, but it was too little too late, as it was already in the goal. So we'll take those 2 points away. Maybe that could have been a 3-pointer. Actually, it was only 7 meters. So that will be another 2 points back to GenZ. Isolate sending it forward, picking up off the Geo will be Swagger Nuts with a little bit of a twirl, but it'll turn over in the hands of Fastor. So actually JT Graham will send it on the floor and then a slap through. Stun's coming out. Will be cleared through 2, but Fastor at the back line will shut down that clear opportunity. Fastor now down to the floor. Into the hands of JT Graham. JT Graham going for that pass. So that cut a little bit behind its target. Swagger Nuts picking it up. Swagger Nuts now with that clear, but GenZ in their back line looking to find it, but it will come away with it. Will be Isolate of InVerted. Isolate making the drive and just taking that right in. Not only a 3-point lead to GenZ. And earlier King Crispy was saying nice save to Isolate. Isolate coming through now with those 2 points off that underhand shot. So now 3-point lead to GenZ. GenZ looking to maintain this lead, take this first round. They'll shoot past it. InVerted will headbutt that one right into the Geo. So Swagger Nuts now at trap with possession. Looking at these pass opportunities, setting along the ceiling for that bounce pass on this cut attempt, and finding that one will be Isolate. So now only a 1-point lead to GenZ. InVerted able to wrestle momentum back into their hands. So an error from GenZ on that joust advantage would turn over that point advantage. I don't even know where I'm going with this, but a great play from InVerted. And I believe Magic Pickle just followed at the beginning of this round, so thank you, Magic Pickle. Swagger Nuts will be stunned out. Slap through coming from a player of GenZ. It's now down towards that bubble of InVerted. InVerted looking to retrieve it, but GenZ so quick with their stack. Will be Blondie with it. Blondie now sending it for that clear. It will find its way past that backline player. It will be a challenge for possession, but Swagger Nuts will be stunned out. And I am lagging. And now it will be along the floor. Klex not going to be able to keep it for too long. Moj with it. Moj sending it now to Prometheus at the back line. Prometheus forward to JT Graham. JT Graham with a nice pass to Klex. Klex back to JT Graham. JT Graham is going to find it. A great play from GenZ. So now they're back within 3. And InVerted's running out of time. Actually, no, I believe it was 15 seconds. It is 1 minute 15 seconds. So this first round could go either way. So it will be roughly 60 seconds on the clock. Joust advantage now to InVerted. Isolate left to SwaggerNuts. SwaggerNuts under double coverage. Finding that forward pass, but that player will be stunned out before they can really get a hand on it. Slap through coming out. Trying to read that off the Geo would be Maj. Maj not able to get it. Sails past their other teammate. Now at mid, Isolate with possession, sending it up to ceiling in the hands of SwaggerNuts. SwaggerNuts going for that drive and taking the shot. It's 2 points, 6 meters. Only 1 point lead to GenZ. There's gonna be 30 seconds on the clock, so InVerted has to cause a turnover. They have to get points on the board if they want a chance of this first round. It won't look like it will be any chance for an overtime. This will be a win or loss for InVerted. And nice short passing. 10 seconds on the clock. InVerted looking to find that at the floor. Those players from GenZ will sail past it. And a pass attempt. If they can find this angle, it's 2 seconds, and that shot angle is not there. This first round will go to GenZ, 11-10. So it will be all the points that are recorded for GenZ going to JT Graham. JT Graham making all the difference on offense. Isolate, I believe, would stop a shot from JT Graham, so JT Graham may have gotten all points for GenZ in this first round. And then on InVerted, we got 6 points to Isolate, 4 points to SwaggerNuts, 2 saves to Isolate. We'll be going into the second round. So this will be won by GenZ, but they won't get it out of the backcourt. JT Graham now with it, sending it forward. Prometheus looking for that cross, getting it to Klex. Klex under pressure, sending it now to JT Graham. JT Graham going for that pass. It's going to be off target, but retrieved at the floor by Prometheus. Prometheus recognizing that they're maybe a little out of rhythm, sending it to Fastor at the back line. So Fastor with a pump fake, now sending it up to Klex. Klex has that cut, and he's going to find it to JT Graham. JT Graham with all the moves on offense for GenZ. Everything seems to revolve around JT Graham on that front line. So now joust advantage to InVerted. InVerted would fall by 1 point in the first round. InVerted looking to carry some momentum into the second round. Isolate to QB, sending it right along that wall to Moj. Moj under pressure, getting that forward pass, and it will be on target to Blondie. Blondie under double coverage, getting that pass off. SwaggerNuts now back to Blondie. Blondie looking for an opportunity under single coverage. Gonna get stunned out before he can pull the pass off. Isolate will be stunned out. A series of stuns along that lost opportunity. And now the stack's coming through. GenZ will retrieve it off that bounce at the floor, sending it to Bo. JT Graham now down to floor to Klex. Klex back up to JT Graham, and beautifully done. Absolutely beautifully done from this GenZ team. Just getting that momentum, getting that forward progress. Give and goes. JT Graham to Klex. Klex back to JT Graham. And just really, really well done. I can't say enough. So Isolate now with possession at Bo. Looking at this stack in front waiting for the challenge, but quick to retrieve it. That stack would retreat to find possession, but losing it will be a player from GenZ. SwaggerNuts now along the wall, sending it along the other wall to Blondie. Blondie now to that back line. Isolate, slowing it down, sending it up to ceiling, up into the hands of Swagger. Swagger trying to pull out that defender now for that cut, and Moj coming through with 2 points of their own. Why are there troll faces on the mini-map? You know what? I don't know. Don't ask me. That's not something that I did. So now at the floor will be Klex. You can ask Palador. Maybe I'll ask Palador. Actually, you know what? I don't care. And SwaggerNuts with that shot. That one's gonna be off target. This is his stream package. He made it all. I just run it. I don't care. And with that cut, Moj coming through with 2 points. So now Joust advantage to GenZ. InVerted with 2 back-to-back scores. Good momentum from InVerted, excuse me. Mojali making the last 2 points, I believe. The last 4 points, actually. The last 2 scores. So Prometheus InVerted now at ceiling. Gonna go right wall. JT Graham. It's been a powerhouse on offense. To Klex. You can see this inverted stack trying to read these passes. They're trying to react to that one. They will find it. So now with possession, but losing it, will be a player from InVerted. Prometheus sending it to mid. Klex with possession. Klex sending to that backline player, and picking up will be Faster. Faster under pressure from that stack. We'll get rid of it before the stop with a little bit of an error. And then that clear from Blondie will now put it in the backcourt of GenZ, and the stack's coming through and looking to find it at the wall. Finding it will be SwaggerNuts. SwaggerNuts sending the interception to JT Graham though. And now it will be turned over to GenZ. GenZ not able to find that shot outside the bubble. And a slap coming through, and a lost hand, and then their turnaround. And as my camera screws up just a little bit, I gotta find out what the issue with my computer is though, but I know you guys don't care. We've already got some troll faces, and that shot is not gonna be on target, so JT Graham with it. This is a second round. This is tied up, approaching the halftime mark. And don't hold me at fault, King Crispy. I didn't do anything. And Klex now with it. Klex sending it to Isolate. Isolate driving up into the bubble, taking the shot, but Fastor gonna find it off the crossbar. It's gonna ding into his hand. His hand was probably already there. And he'll find maybe a save. It could have been going in. So now we'll be picked up by Klex. Klex gonna find those 2 points in the bubble of InVerted. So King Crispy, I think you're fine. I'm just giving you a hard time. This is a great game though. Maybe I have to disable those channel 1 elements. So now with possessions, Isolate. Isolate not able to find that forward pass, and a ding off the Geo. It's gonna ricochet off the Geo, trying to find that follow-up pass as well. It's not gonna be good. So Klex sending to the backline player, Fastor. Fastor able to read that though. Looked like that could have been going in. And now bouncing at mid, JT Graham will be stunned out. Only a 2-point lead at GenZ in the second round. Blondie looking for an opportunity, driving forward, looking for that pass, but Moj will be shut down as soon as she gets a hand on it. So now we'll be turned over back to that backline player, Isolate. Isolate down into the bubble, and Blondie pulling out that goalie Fastor and finding that shot. So now it's tied up. This is a great game. These past 2 games, this is a great game. The previous game was a great game. GenZ now with possession, 3 minutes 20 seconds on the clock. Fastor up to the ceiling to Prometheus. Prometheus down to the floor to JT Graham, and JT Graham up to the ceiling to Klex. What a quick rollout from GenZ. Now cross to JT Graham. JT Graham looking for another pass at the ceiling. It's not gonna be on target. Be turned over to InVerted for the clear. will be past that backline player of GenZ, Fastor. Now it's bouncing around outside that bubble, looking for it. Will be inverted. That player challenging it will be stunned out. Prometheus now with possession. Prometheus sending it forward. Will be lost at mid. But Prometheus coming back, getting possession, sending it to Fastor at the back line. 2 minutes, 40 seconds on the clock. It's tied up in the second round. Inverted looking to force a third round, get this win in the second. And that stun will come through, a loss of possession. That stack won't be there, but able to get possession and get that whip on it, whipping it clear towards that bubble. And finding possession will be Fastor. Maybe a little bit of a rush. It seemed to have been a headbutt off one of the players of GenZ. Now sending it to mid, looking for possession and slapping it through will be Prometheus, actually into the hands of Prometheus. Klex would pull that move off, and it Klex along the wall. Klex back to Prometheus, actually to Fastor. So Fastor and Prometheus would cycle out, and getting this pass on this cut, Klex is going to take it in off, I believe, the head of Isolate. Nice controlled passing from GenZ. GenZ recognizing these challenges, getting these slap throughs, really well executed. Isolate almost with that save, but too little too late. It will be 2 points to GenZ. GenZ now in the lead by 2 points. Approaching 90 seconds on the clock. Quick rollout, inverted. Get that first pass off. Trying to get that second pass off. We just slap through towards that bubble. GenZ to find it at the ceiling. Klex with that no look behind the back, clears and get it all the way to JT Graham. JT Graham's gonna follow up with his own clear. Maybe a cloud shot. Maybe some type of geo shot. And that one's not gonna be on target. So it will be another clear through the tubes by Inverted to the backline player Fastor. So Fastor is gonna send it back himself. It's now at upper trap, looking for possession will be GenZ. GenZ slapping it through. And going into the hands of Isolate at the other back line. So right now it's back and forth. He's gonna clear it. Into the hands of Fastor. Fastor at the other back line. Fastor sending it through. That one actually may have been on target, but it will be picked up by JT Graham in the bubble. JT Graham looking for an angle and taking it in. Isolate actually looking like he's going to deflect that one in. So Isolate challenging that one. And that one's going to deflect into the goal. So now a 4-point lead to GenZ. GenZ's looking like they're going to take this in 2. Time is running out for Inverted. Inverted now with possession. Rolling out will be Isolate with possession. Sending it forward for that long pass. It's going to be intercepted. Fastor at the back line. Fastor sending it through. Isolate with it at the back line. And this will be the second round in the series going to GenZ in a great series. The last one of this night on VRML Channel 2, unless someone else decides to take over. But this will be 6-10 in favor of GenZ in the second round. So the first round will be won by 1 point by GenZ. GenZ had a little bit more of a buffer in the second round. This was neck and neck for the majority. Actually, for the whole match, this was a great matchup. GenZ will take it in 2 points, so 2 rounds over Inverted in a sweep, but a great game to both teams. JT Graham will find 13 points on offense, 2 points to Klex. JT Graham, just an absolute powerhouse. Blondie will find 2 points for Inverted, 6 points for Isolate, 4 points for Maj, 4 points for Swagger Nuts, 6 saves for Isolate, 3 saves for Fastor. So GenZ will win this. And King Crispy saying, thanks for casting one of our games, Sputnik. We haven't been officially casted since week 2. Well, I'm more than happy to do it. I'm glad that you guys are happy to be casted. I'm hopefully both these teams are happy. Hopefully everyone's happy. But that's going to be it for me tonight on VRML Channel 2. I'll see you all tomorrow on Venues. To King Crispy, to A Platypus, thank you for watching. Hope you guys had a great time, and good night.
Season 3 of VRML Echo Arena is brought to you by HyperX, Rebuff Reality, Asterion Products, ProTube VR, VR Cover, Fixed Gaming, and VRware.net.